Welcome back to our final week of videos of this pregnancy. It's crazy. I'm due in 5 days and I am going to have this baby in 5 days if it's the last thing I do. So we're gonna do today's video and Friday's video, and then we'll be on a short maternity leave for a couple months. But today I have a really cool video for you, and actually it's gonna be mostly James talking. It's all about how to ask out a guy. 5 steps to take you from, I see this guy, he looks interesting and cute, to we're going on a date. So these are 5 steps he's gonna share with you. And if you're wondering like, well, isn't the guy supposed to do that? Like, can a girl really ask out a guy? We talk about that in other videos, which we've linked below, but 2 basic ideas that we go off of are: pursuit is meant to be mutual. Both people need to pursue each other, otherwise somebody is gonna feel left out. That's true for your whole relationship. And really, pursuit develops over time. It's not who asks who out first that determines who's going to be the pursuer in your relationship. It's over time you see, am I feeling pursued by this person?
All right. So step number 1, you have to be introduced to the guy. It's a lot of times you develop a crush or an interest from afar. You see a guy at church, at school, at work, and you're like, I wonder who that is. You need to be introduced. In that introduction, you are not looking to do anything other than say your name, find out his name. We know you already know it, but find out his name from him, and ask one introductory question, like, how did you end up working here? How did you find this church? Where are you from originally? An easy question that is open-ended. It's not a yes or no answer, and one that you can practice beforehand.
Okay, when you say you have to get introduced, do you need someone else to introduce you, or can you do that yourself?
You can totally do that yourself.
Okay.
For all he knows, you could be this bubbly girl who does this to everybody.
True.
He doesn't know you, but just be like, hi, how are you? I'm Sarah. I'm Anna. What's your name? Step number 2, once you have met each other, you can start to be more overt in your social media following and stalking. You can comment, you can like, you can message. Exactly. You're now sort of loose connections with this person. Step number 3 is start to hang out in his groups. Guys are big on groups, all right? I have never met a guy who didn't have a group or didn't want to be in a group.
Like his social circles that he like just hangs out and does stuff with.
And so some of them, like his best guy friends, you're not going to be in that social circle immediately, and that's fine. But he has a place where he like hangs out more with people. Go to that place. Get invited to that place. Whether it's a college group or a church group or an after work group, most people are not going to be like, ew, you showed up. Other girls might see what you're doing behind the scenes, but guys won't. They're just going to be like, oh, that's so cool that everyone happened to be here. Cool.
So, and when you're in those groups, you were saying you should try to have conversations.
Absolutely. Your goal, each time there's this group activity, you're going to the movies, everyone's going out to eat, have a conversation, no matter how brief. Hey, how's your week? Hey, what's going on? Hey, where did you get that shirt? You know, simple stuff. And when the conversation's over, you can split. Really what you're trying to accomplish is being yourself talking to him. Once you're able to say, how was your week? Normally, eventually you might be able to say, would you like to get coffee sometime? You know, it's just, we're taking baby steps here. So, which brings us to step number 4, initiating activities. Now, these could be one-on-one activities, or they could be group activities for whatever group of people you're in. But you're suggesting something. Hey, we should go to the movies. Hey, we should all go for a walk. Hey, we should go down to the river and see if anything's going on. And see, does this person be like, yeah? Are they, if you're putting something out there, are they noticing enough to pick it back up?
And do they want to pick it back up?
Yeah, exactly. That is a big sign that that person has like more of a personal interest in you. And if they say no, or they don't seem interested like once or twice, don't take it super personally because they could be dealing with something else. But if they're like 6 times and they're like not responding at all, the timing is not good. And in fact, it may never be there.
And you were saying like these activities should be like something physical to do. Like guys enjoy like not just sitting and having coffee, but like doing something.
Guys, a lot of guys aren't really into like sitting around and talking.
Like let's go rock climbing.
Yeah, guys connect with other guys and with people in general by doing something. And try different things, try different times. You know, keep in mind a guy might be really interested, but he legitimately may already have plans, or he legitimately may dealing with something deep in his personal life and just doesn't have the energy. So you're kind of doing this over time. You're seeing, hey, again, is he picking up any of what I'm putting down?
And if he is, then
yes.
you go
if
on
he
step
is,
5.
you could, if you wanted to, move on to step 5, which in person, preferably, you're like, hey, do you want to get coffee sometime?
Wait, in person? What about like over text?
Yeah, you could do over text too.
Okay.
Yeah, so over text, in person, say, hey, do you want to get coffee sometime? If you were to say, would you like to do it this Saturday? Again, legitimately may already have plans this Saturday. But if you say sometime, that's that's pretty open-ended. Most guys are going to read that as, do you want to hang out in a quasi-potentially romantic way?
What about like ice cream? But they still get it like, hey, do you want to go grab ice cream with me sometime?
The point is you're doing a talking intensive one-on-one activity.
Gotcha.
That is pretty clearly a date.
Okay.
If at some point this is stalling out, you're losing energy, he doesn't seem super interested, try it with someone else.
Yeah, preference step 1.
Maybe you'll pick it up again with this guy at some time. But at least he knows your name, you're connected on social media, and if it doesn't work out, you've also honed your skills for the next guy. So you're going to be smoother, it's going to be less difficult, you're going to be like, wow, I'm a pro at this. Maybe I'll set up step number 1 with 3 guys in 1 week.
I used to do that. The week that we first had our date, I had dates with 2 other guys that week. But I just assumed none of them would work out because it never did. So why only schedule
What
one
a
date
romantic.
I know. Then I met you, and I never saw another guy again. Well, on a date. Anyway, comment below any tips you would add or stories that you have about asking
we love your stories.
a guy out. Or a girl, could go either way.
And I do think, guys, that a lot of what I'm laying out here is relatively applicable for guys.
As well as girls.
Except girls are way less oblivious than guys, so they're
pick it
probably
up
going to
faster.
catch on a little earlier in the process.
So we love you. Can't wait to hear from you in the comments. Bye, ladies and brave gentlemen.